hear me, chat? You can? Okay, good. Alright, I'm getting on 1 second. 1 second. Wow, this really cuts it off. I gotta do something real quick, Joe. You're gonna see some things moving around. Oh, wow. Wow. I'm fixing things. Real time, chat. We're fixing things real time. Alright, so let me just, give me 2 more seconds. Wow, it cuts off that much. Oh my gosh, chat. Shoot. Well, that's good to know. That is good to know. Alright. Hang in there with me, chat. Hang in there with me. Wow. Cannot believe it cuts off that much. We're gonna make. I gotta make my proportions right. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying, chat? Alright, that's gonna have to work. See, now you can see everything correctly. Got this virtual camera really messing with everything. Not a fun time. Wow, I can't believe it cuts off that much. No, that's actually insane. Let me see this top one here. Give me a second, chat. Almost done. We're gonna get started in just a second. Holy crap. No way. No way it cuts off that much of the screen. So. Alright, we'll start it in 2 seconds. You guys get to see me fix my stupid stream setup. Can't be looking dumb. Look at that. Alright, that's what we're gonna have to do. Wow, interesting. Okay. All right. Let's do this. I just realized how much TikTok cuts off my stream. This is actually insane. Oh my gosh, I have to literally shrink everything down. I'm so cut off. How have I just had this epiphany? I think that should fix it. Oh my gosh, why? Sorry, chat. Bear with me. I've literally had the biggest epiphany in the world. OBS cuts off half my screen. No, that's crazy. Alright, we're just gonna have to do this. At least now you can see it better. Boom. Mark, what is going on? Mark, what is going on? If you guys don't follow meteorologist Mark Mayer, you should. Follow him. Follow him. Follow him. Give him a follow. All right. Snipe, stop being weird. Well, just wouldn't you look at who it is? Ay, ay, ay. Look at all this lightning out here in Arkadelphia, guys. Oh my gosh. You want to hear the lightning strikes? Come on, make the sound, make the sound, make the sound. Oh my gosh. Make the sound. I think I have to refresh it. 1 second, guys. It will eventually. It's loading. All right, let's see. Where do we got our big storms here? We got a decent one down here. We got them chasing this one. I'm gonna start answering questions. What's on? What's going on, everyone? All right. I said what's on. Oh my god, I can't talk. Let's take a look at this. Oh, you know, a little bit of a interesting shape. A little bit of rotation. Little bit of rotation. What's going on with this one? Not much. Not much. Getting dark out there. All right, there's not much going on. We're probably going to talk about Monday's event right now. Okay, what level H triple are we at? We're probably going to talk about Monday's event. I've never watched my stream while I'm streaming, and I'm realizing. Well, let me see. It's hard to see on It's hard to see on TikTok. I'm gonna switch some things up, guys, because I love you guys. I want you to see things. I think my Radar Omega should go to the bottom. What do you think? Is that easier to see that now? Chat? What are we thinking? I feel like that's better. Okay. But no one ever say anything to me. Ay, ay, ay. What am I going to do with you guys? I think that's looking much better. Okay, that's where it needed to be. Oh my gosh. How am I having so many epiphanies at once? Yeah, because you can't see anything above that anyways. Yeah, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, though. We're going to put it like here, because we don't need that other side. And then we'll bring this up. Just trying to give you the best streaming experience possible, guys. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't. So you can't really see the satellite up there. That's okay. It's cool to look at, but you don't need to see it. You know what I mean? You don't need to see it. Let me actually take a look at it real quick, though. It is pretty cool to look at. Let's actually take this and go to radar. Okay. I'm watching these storms down here. All right, chat. What's going on? Let's talk about Monday, huh? Jenny, Jess, I appreciate you guys. Shout out to anyone who's in my Discord who's back in here. We got up to like 140 members now in a few days. How do you feel about the Minneapolis area on Monday? I am scared. Yeah, it's gonna be an event. It's gonna be an event. I don't think you need to be. I don't think you need to be scared. Even if you're in a high risk outbreak, you're still most likely to not be affected, to not get hurt or have any damaged property from it. Remember, even in a high risk, that just means there's about a 60% chance that within 25 miles there may be a large hail tornado or something like that. But the odds that you're in it is still low. It's still low. So, and if you're prepared and you're watching coverage and you have live updates, you're chilling. You'll be just fine. Yeah, you'll be chilling. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, okay. Let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about what's coming up. And just really quickly, I need to fix this now too, because now I'm realizing you guys are having trouble seeing this as well, which is driving me crazy. And I'm trying to think about how I want to do this now. Give me 1 second, chat. I feel like I should just, give me 1 second, chat. We're gonna get started, I promise. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna make this a little bit thinner so that you guys can see it better. That's all I'm gonna do. I think this will work. One second, chat. Give me 1 second. I'm just making this better for you guys to see. Realizing some stuff's getting cut off. We don't want that. So I'm trying to get more of this in the screen for you instead of at the top. You know what I'm saying? Let's shrink it down even more. Screw it. Oh, actually, here's what I'm going to do. Let's crop this. There we go. And then we can... One second. Now that I noticed that, I'm like, I have to fix this, guys. We literally have to. Actually, let's undo that. Okay. I think this is probably fine. Come on. There, now you can see more of it. All right, whatever. I give up, guys. Okay, anyways, here's what's going on. Let's go into our... We have the 00Z HRRR. Let's go. In your opinion, when do you think high risk will be issued? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I'm 50-50 on if it's going to get issued, though. But if it does get issued, I think they wouldn't... I don't think they'd wait for day one. I think they'd do a day two. Latest SBC outlook. Here we go. Let's go to our day three. We've still got... If you hear the little clicks, it's just lightning. There's our day 3. So yeah. Minnesota, Des Moines. And what's your face is out there? Madison. You guys are still in that. Why is this open? There we go. Let's quickly look at our probabilistic. Same type of thing. 45% for those same areas. Hatched as well, meaning significant. If you do have severe weather, it could be significant severe weather. Let's see if we have any update to CSU. Let's just go through this together really quickly to start off this stream. Here we go. CSU still's got that focal point over Buffalo on day 4. Did I just hear Discord? Oh, I'm in Discord. Gotta get out of there. So CSU still this to me, am I crazy, guys? Looks like it expanded north. Do you guys think I'm crazy? This is very far north now into Minnesota. You guys seeing that? I don't think it was that far north last one. It's hard for you guys to see, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. That goes pretty far north now. There's also a little pink spot right here, which I find hilarious. This moderate boundary was barely touching Minneapolis. Now it's way above it. They also have max probability at 0.6, meaning 0.607, meaning they have a high. CSU has already issued, or already has a high. Grand Rapids, Michigan, yeah, that's going to be a Tuesday issue. Although you guys might be just far north enough. We'll have to see. But yeah, CSU has a high risk. So, yeah, you see Grand Rapids, Michigan. Right now, you're not looking too bad. You're not looking too bad. Tuesday. There's going to be a transition between Monday to Tuesday here, though, where you could get some bad weather. They never account for that transition as well. You can kind of see it here. Monday night. So early morning hours, a lot of times that weather fizzles off a little bit. So it's good timing for you guys right now based on what it looks like. We have the HRRR, guys. I'm so excited to look at these parameters. I can't even tell you. I'm probably going to end up calling Matt. Look at the spin of this low. Incredible. Look at this. Look at it spin. Here we go. Whoa. What is going on up north? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Looking a little spicy up here, guys. We're not getting out far enough. We need to get out a little bit farther and see what these do down this line. Let's look at a few things. Let's look at our SIGTOR parameters up here. Oh, God. Chat. I'll be right back. Chat. Babe, the SIGTOR parameters over Minneapolis are literally incredible. Actually incredible. Oh my. Chat, I'm back. Minnesota cooked. Oh no, chat. No, chat. Oh no, chat. I gotta call Matt. Give me 1 second. He's not streaming, is he? There ain't no way, dude. There ain't no way. There ain't no way. Oh my. Oh, he has a migraine. That's right. That's right. I don't care. He's gonna answer for me. Don't let me down, Matt. No, he's not. Wow. Okay, let's just... Okay, you guys want to pull a sounding here? You guys want to pull a sounding? Oh, chat. Oh, chat. PDS Tour, probable hazard type, perfectly cyclical hodograph, massive cape, directional and velocity shear, 3500 surface cape, minus 43 inhibition, negative 43 inhibition, good inhibition, supercell composite 35, fixed Sigtor param 10, 429 surface relative helicity, 41 knot shear at the surface, pretty much a maxed out effective layer Sigtor param. Someone in chat said, what does that mean? I'm going to show you. Chat, do you want to know what that means? Gosh. What does all this mean? I'll show you. You want to know what all this means? That's what it means, chat. Listen, those dew points are so high. That LLJ and mid-level jet is so strong. I think you're pulling up sharks from the Gulf. I think Sharknadoes. I think Sharknadoes in Minnesota. Yes, and Iowa. Oh my gosh. All right, let's get serious. Let's get serious. Oh my lord. Okay. Okay, let's get serious. I'm going to take questions. Stop fooling around, guys. This is serious stuff. Okay? Stop fooling around, guys. Seriously. You guys are fooling around all night. Let's talk about this. Yeah, we do need Matt to see this. I mean, let's take one like directly from the Twin Cities, right? Oh my gosh. All right. Just start asking questions. Right now, it looks like Minnesota's getting the worst. It's going to be Iowa and Minnesota. But Minnesota, man, some of these parameters of Minnesota are going crazy. Oh, my God. We pretty much have maxed out effective layer Tor params on every single sounding I look at. A little bit less there. Incredible stuff. This is for Monday. Please tell me how Denton Dallas will be looking on Tuesday. Not too bad. You guys are in this slight right now. There's potential for an enhanced here. Potential for an enhanced up here. I'd pay attention. I think Dallas might go enhanced on Tuesday. We have a little bit more time to figure that out. There's a possibility for an enhanced Dallas on Tuesday. Yeah. Is it going to cancel school in Minnesota? The timing is going to be everything. The timing with the storms. Right now, we're not even seeing. You see, at the end of this run, when we have these really effective SIG-TOR params, our storms are just out to the west. I think it's going to be evening hours, so I don't think they'll cancel school. But the timing's good. If it's, yeah, I think kids will be out of school. If they weren't, they would cancel school. Yes. I'm 50-50 on a high risk. I'm leaning towards yes. The high risk has not been confirmed, Lewis. CSU, Colorado State University, has a high risk, but Storm Prediction Center, this is their latest. Right here. Moderate. But yeah, there's a lot of talk that it's going to go high. Some people think it's a more volatile setup than April 2nd. I don't know about that. I don't know. April 2nd was crazy. Was 750 warned storms? I don't know. It could be. We'll have to see. What color? Let's see here. That's a lot of green. Yeah, that's general thunderstorm. The darker green is marginal. Someone said what color something, and I lost it. So, what color on the parameters means the worst? For SIG-TOR parameters? Tell me, what do you think? This one right here. Farther you get to the middle, the farther darker red you get. That's the worst. I want to take this reading too. Wow, straight from the Twin Cities. PDS TOR. Incredible TOR parameters. No, it's not. It is the Metro. Look, I mean, I can take a reading. I mean, look. Twin Cities Metro is right here. Twin Cities Metro is right there. And maybe a little bit like right here. I can take a reading from on top of the Twin Cities Metro. PDS TOR. Particularly dangerous situation TOR. We're talking EF2 plus. EF3, EF4. Not guaranteed. Not guaranteed. But there's going to be ingredients there for it. So everyone needs to be weather alert up here on this day. On Monday. Lots of things look right in this sounding. Unfortunately. This is Monday. This is a Monday event. Northern Missouri for Monday. Yeah, let's... here, Missouri's right here. Let's take a quick sounding out of Northern Missouri. PDS TOR. 3500 surface cape. Cyclical hodograph. 227 SRH. That's enough. Almost 30 knot shear at the surface. That's enough. Inhibition isn't there. Yep. That's Northern Missouri. You know, there's talk that this is going to expand. The moderate's going to expand south. Let's take a look at that. Look at that. You can basically see the dry line in this SIG-TOR param. Look at this. We're talking all the way down. I mean, let's see what Kansas City gets into here. TOR parameters, Kansas City. 2600 surface cape. We got to get a little bit further out. Let's look at our dew points. Let's look at our dry line. What's the HRRR doing with our dry line now? Oh my gosh. I need to talk to Matt about this. This is such a tight dry line. Incredibly tight dry line. I mean, look at this. 57 to 12. 67 to 12. Dew point 67, dew point 12. Colliding of these air masses. Or air masses, yeah. 64 to 32 right here. This is, and then you guys can see these little notches we have in the dew points. This has to do with our LLJ. Warm sector up here. Right now, Minnesota. Minnesota, including the Twin Cities, right now, to me, looks the most volatile. To me, you have the dry line. You have the dry line in Iowa, but I think shear-wise, it's Minnesota. Just based off the latest HRRR. Anyone from Minnesota in the stream? Based off the latest HRRR, look at this. Dry line. You've got warm sector. You're going to have tons of shear up here. I mean, I'm looking at like this whole section right here. Yeah, I'm looking at this whole section here. You've got this down here as well, though. I mean, this is near Des Moines. Des Moines, and yeah, that could be, yeah. I think we're gonna have velocities a little bit higher velocities up here, higher SRH. I'm talking to people in Discord while I'm on stream. Let me see here. Oh, Matt's calling me. Oh my gosh, yes. Matt, have you seen the HRRR?
I have. I wanted to talk to you. Are you on stream?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Yeah, it's crazy. So we have a problem now. We have a big problem. And I was looking at every single cam guidance model run, every single one that exists between, that just came out on the OZ, or at least between now and OZ. So there's an issue. I don't know if you've seen it already. Yeah, the parameters, the environment it's wild.
Well, the HRRR reflectivity doesn't have cell initiation during when these SIGTOR params are here. Is that what you're going to talk about?
Yeah, ascent is a big issue, and I was looking at some analogs and just kind of getting some perspectives from some other people as well that I've kind of talked to. And two scenarios. Here's what's going to happen. This is really the only two scenarios that we really got for Monday. It's basically like tomorrow, for instance. Ascent fails. We have the biggest bust of the year, and nothing but a wind gust happens. Second scenario, the dry line the model can't comprehend a sharp dry line setup for this setup, and we get a full-blown tornado outbreak. Yeah, it's
well, you have half of these soundings pulling okay SYN, and you have half of them pulling minus 130. So, dude, these photographs are actually.
It's insane. I've been I have no words for. It's wild. If any storm, I looked at the ripping one through Minneapolis.
Yeah, I mean this is what I mean. Yeah, I was pulling up here near Minneapolis right here. I mean 8.0 effective. Everything's incredible. I mean, I think the farther north you go, the better our hodograph looks as well.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. But look, this is over Minneapolis too, and your inhibition's okay. So we're but I did pull a couple here where there was some pretty steep. Let's see if I can pull one. I mean, it's all looking okay here, but there were some where we were below 100.
We're going to get a day 2 high risk tonight. I think they're going to wait and do it until day 1 if they're going to pull it. They need to see more consistency because every single model run shows something completely different.
The latest Rufus is coming out. Have you looked at the NAM 3K?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's there. Everything's there. I was starting to notice some cells popping up down in Texas and Oklahoma too after 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be wild. I'm really not thrilled about tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't look like it's going to be much of anything.
Dude, on the NAM, this thing literally does a loop-de-loop.
That's a beautiful photograph.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not even going to get to stream tonight. I'm so, I just held down soup.
Yeah. Okay. Damn, now you have me looking at surface-based SYN here on stream.
Well, so it's, you know what ascent is, right? Not descent, but ascent.
Yeah. Oh, ascent. I thought you were talking about, dude, I thought you were looking at inhibition, because there is some inhibition.
Sorry, I put an ascent ASC ascent. So ascent is the problem. The
Okay.
ascent is what allows your trying to come in a little bit late, which is why initiation isn't showing up until almost 6 p.m. And you're already looking. Have you noticed that the cells that are popping up are basically outside of where your major dew points and your significant tornado parameters are at?
Yeah, they're out to the west.
That's because ascent is a problem, and I think the models either, like I said, the models are either not being able to calculate how sharp this dry is.
So that's the thing. You shouldn't be having forcing issues with a dry line like this.
Correct. So I think the models might just be. It's only the first run of the her. We're gonna have this all day tomorrow to watch come through. You know, the NAM, the roof is all.
I don't understand how you are having issues with updraft or forcing when you have literally the sharpest dry line I've seen all year.
Models are having issues with it. I don't think it's necessarily the ingredients aren't there. I just think the models are just having issues with it. It's
Well, hey, chat, you heard that. There's a chance here.
Yeah. Like I said, worst case scenario, we have the biggest moderate bust of the century here for those lovely people up there, which they would love. I'd be down for that. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
And then worst case scenario, we have this full-blown tornado outbreak, and we just, yeah. It's quite interesting how this is setting up for
Interesting. No, I'm glad you brought that up. I think I'm leaning more towards just because of that dry line. I'm leaning more towards there's going to be initiation along that boundary. But
I agree.
the timing of the trough could mess some things up. So
Just like tomorrow, the timing is messing up tomorrow, because tomorrow we could have seen a big outbreak, but the trough is about 6 hours late.
yeah, and again, tomorrow the dry line is actually not bad.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah, it's beautiful tomorrow. It's gorgeous.
Let me look at this again.
Tuesday looks like a wind threat with maybe a hatch tornado risk up in like Michigan, Pennsylvania,
Yeah.
Ohio potentially. That'll be interesting to watch. And then, yeah, I'm still continuing to watch the following week.
Oh, I know that craziness coming in.
Sick, dude. I'm telling you. It's so wild too, because the jet stream for this trough, or this trough in general, really isn't that impressive. Your jet speed max up there, where that higher tornado risk is pretty decent. But this isn't at all whatsoever a pre-trough. I mean, it's negatively tilted, but
Dude, I can't with this thing.
it's wild.
There's no way.
I don't know how many times I've ever seen something like that.
There's
70s down in Oklahoma.
no way.
Can you see where your
70s.
Can you see where the secondary surface low is setting up there? Do you know do you know about what it looks like?
Yeah, let me see here.
I haven't looked too depth into it.
Let's see here. Let me go into upper air. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to go into. I think I can't see it on the HRRR though. I have to go into the Euro.
Oh, that's right.
So it's
I saw the 18Z GFS did it.
does the NAM show it?
Does the name show it?
Yeah, it does. Upper aerodynamics, 500 millibar. Yeah, it does. Let's pull out here. Actually, let me go here. There we go. We've got a surface low down here to the south.
We do.
Hold
I
up.
wonder if that's gonna be late or not. It's so fucking tricky.
Yeah.
This is where I hate weather forecasting, dude. I'm telling you, this is what annoys the living daylight. Yeah, this is what annoys the living daylights out of me.
This is, man, on the NAM, Tuesday is looking decent now. Look at this, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Connor. The Rufus had a wedge fest. It had Kentucky Fried Wedges.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Yeah, look at the Rufus. Look at the latest Rufus for Western Kentucky along the Ohio River. Wedges just set up.
Wait, for the 000, the one before 000, the one before it. Sorry, Chad, I'm getting to you.
Yeah, the new. I think it's the 18 or 21Z, something like that on the Rufus.
Let me look. Oh, 21Z. Okay. Why is it like this? What were you looking at on it?
The Kentucky Fried Wedge Fest on Tuesday across the Ohio River. It just sets up. It's all at the end of the run, dude. I'm telling you, it's wild.
It's only going to, well, let me try, or maybe it's the 18Z you're talking about.
Yeah, it's the 18Z. Sorry, it may have been the 18Z.
Oh,
Yeah.
holy, dude.
I'm telling you, it's insane.
Oh my gosh.
What is
It's just a snake of supercells.
that? Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, this week is going to be weird.
Yeah, and
Wait, I got to zoom in on these regions. Sorry guys, Matt is pointing out the funnest stuff. Look at this.
it's so weird. It's like your boundary just gets stuck and it doesn't do move.
Oh my gosh. That is an
Look
ins-
at the tornado parameters
Okay, well, all right. Let me get back to chat. Lots to talk about. Tomorrow, we're models better figure out what's happening with our forcing.
We have some historic analogs. May 3rd, 1999 is an analog for tomorrow, by the way, for with Southern Kansas.
Ooh, you hear that, Kansas? Cooked. All right.
Bridge Creek.
Yeah, I know.
All right, but I'll let you
All right, talk to you later. See ya. All right, interesting. All right, just to summarize real quick, guys. If the trough is late, we may not get the updraft. We might not reach our updraft potential, and with less forcing, we're not going to be having thunderstorms explode up to the tropopause. We're not going to be tilting, rotating columns of air vertical. We're just going to be, it could be a big bust. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening with the dry line like this, because dry line causes natural forcing. You have dry air. Let's go back to the HRRR. You have dry air running into moist air, and that moist air is being forced up naturally because they can't go through. They're not going to go through each other. So you're going to have that moist air being forced up naturally with the dry line. Let me go back to, let's get to our OOZ. And so when I look at this, yeah, Matt's in here. When I look at this, I could we struggle? Could we struggle with forcing potentially? I think it's going to be there though. I don't know. That's my opinion. People are going to have a lot of opinions on this over the next 24 to 48 hours. Right now, based on this look, I think it's still there. And let's take a look at our LLJ on here too. You've got some good shear through here. Yeah, everyone in West Coast needs to be prepared regardless of models. I agree. I agree with Mesomat. Very interesting. Now I'm super interested in that. Okay, guys. All right. I'm gonna start answering your questions. I just have to let me. I've updraft Felicity. I have so many questions. That I'm. Yeah, I mean, look at our. Yeah, I mean, look at our helicity marks here. I mean, we've got none out here. I think, but again, I don't think the model's picking that up right. I'm still leaning towards a high with this event. Like I said, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. But if I had to choose, I'd say that. So we'll see how this progresses. Matt, what do you mean overnight event? Oh, what's going on tonight? What do you mean? Or you mean for the storm, for the Monday setup? Oh, shoot. Feds. Sorry, I've been really in here. Feds, I appreciate you. Once the models kick in for the whole event, I wonder if we go overnight outbreak after 6 p.m. Yeah. I feel like tomorrow's Christmas morning. I'm excited to wake up and see models adjust overnight. So it should be very interesting to look at, guys. Twin Cities metro area is the most populated area of the state. Yeah, it's where like 80% of the state lives. I know. It's where my wife's from. Okay, well this is gonna be fun. Yeah, Matt, I'll be snapping you early in the morning. You can bet that. I'll be up at like 7. If you get excited and want to look at the models, you could call me. I'll be up. Ask my Discord channel. Ask the climate crew what time I post at announcements every morning, like between 7 and 9 a.m. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let's get on a screen. Let's look at stuff. Let's answer questions. I'm not gonna be streaming that much longer. Usually I get my thoughts together before stream, And as you can see, I'm doing my thinking during stream. I hate thinking during stream. I just like talking and having no, just mindlessly talking. All right. Doesn't miss Tennessee for the most part Tuesday. There, that risk zone's been shifting around. You got Northwestern Tennessee in it. CSU, well, they don't have, SBC doesn't have this day 6 or day 7, but chat, we have to watch this. This is next Thursday. So that would be that'd be a fun little event for Tennessee. What is this? I believe this is our day 6. What are we on? Day 6. Yeah, day 6. CSU. South Central Wisconsin. I mean, here you go. Enhanced to moderate, so we're watching you. Do you think Tuesday in Cleveland, Ohio could reach moderate levels? It could. I'd give it about a 2% chance. I think there's a real chance you could go enhanced in Ohio. Moderate. I don't think so. It's not impossible, but I don't think so. Michaela, I appreciate you. Feds, hot dog, and squirrel. Yeah, Cincy. Wait, Diego. Wait. What did Diego say? I heard Des Moines ain't getting really anything. As it looks right now, that's not true. Yeah. Northern Kansas. Yeah, guys. I'm really interested in the Rufus that's loading right now. Let me see how loaded it is. Matt, have you noticed the Rufus model is a little bit off-timed from everything else always? Or am I going crazy? Or is the timing it uses up here off? This has storm initiation down here in central Nebraska tomorrow at 7 Central. Yeah, this model always seems to have the timing off, and I don't know what it is. Is Northeast Johnsburg, PA? Johnsburg. Where's that? I wouldn't worry too much about PA. I mean, you could get an enhanced up in northwestern PA on Tuesday, but right now I think we're gonna have to wait for short ranges to come in on that. Yeah, I mean South Minnesota, yes. There's not much to say about South Minnesota. That's look at our risk zone here. You're pretty much the entire southern Minnesota is moderate to enhanced. Right now, the western side, just based on issues with initiation on the eastern side, the western side looks more volatile. But that's because, again, like we talked about, the models think there could be forcing issues out east, and I don't think there will be. Do you think there will be a 45% tornado risk on Monday? For where? Thanks, Matt. Oklahoma looking like Monday. Can you look at Oklahoma? Yeah, I've been thinking for a while we might get this enhanced, and I think maybe Matt would agree. I've been thinking for a while we might get this enhanced stretched. So, regardless, though, I mean, here, let's pull, let's look at our HRRR down here. Let's just look at our reflectivity, what it's doing down there. We're getting initiation into the early evening hours. Or into the early evening hours down here in southwestern Oklahoma. You would expect that to trail to the northeast with this system. So, and let's look at some of our parameters here in Oklahoma for Monday. Yeah, dew points in the 70s. Not a sharp dry line, but a decent enough one. Right now, let me pull a SigTor parameter from down here. $4,500 surface cape. It's not the most impressive photograph, and you can tell why. You've got low SRH and low surface shear values. So, you know, Oklahoma to me is looking more like very large hail and some strong winds. Could you get a strong tornado down there? I'd say probably, but Matt, what do you think? I'm thinking down here is looking more like a hail and wind event. Would you agree with that? We don't have as much vorticity down here in the southern node of this. Yeah, 20 knot shear. Yes, conditional strong tornado. Yes, it's possible. It's possible. It's the rotation, I think, is going to be a bigger issue down here. Let's even pull up into Kansas. Yeah, SRH and shear values are much lower. You see what happens when I move up here? And you've got SRH and shear values, 418, 41 knot shear. I mean, take a look at this. Right? This is your classic. That's a classic, like, rotating supercell look. We pull this sounding down here. This is not a rotating supercell look. I mean, it could. I mean, there's 161 SRH, 15 knot shear at the surface. You can see there's directional shear here. There's not much we don't have much what's the word I'm looking for? Velocity shear though. So you can have, you know, when you can have wind shear if you have winds changing direction with verticality or changing velocity with verticality. And you've got kind of directional shear, but there's not much going on with our velocities down here near the surface. You can actually kind of tell here. I mean, you go from your surface to 1 kilometer, 15 knot shear, and then you go to your upper levels, and you're at around 16 knot shear. Your mid level 30. It's not a crazy amount of it's not a crazy difference. Tornadoes possible for Northwest Ohio on Tuesday. I would say Northwest Ohio is an area that we're focused on more on Tuesday for tornadoes. Yeah. Nebraska is right in the enhanced risk. So what are you predicting in that area? Yeah, Nebraska is. And let's take a look again. I think this is I think the HRRR is going to have a different look with cell initiation tomorrow. But we have some early initiation beginning in Nebraska, potentially on Monday. As early as, I would say, yeah, I mean, this would be 8. So quick math, as early as maybe 3 p.m. So afternoon hours. Maybe even earlier than that, 2 p.m. Right now, the HRRR is only picking it up to the north, but this stuff is moving east. So potentially getting into 7, 8 p.m., we're going to be watching the Omaha region. Give or take an hour or two. These storms speed up and slow down. The models are never perfectly timed. And I also think it's missing some storms. I think it's missing some storms out here, which is kind of what me and Matt were talking about. How does torque parameters in Chicago look Monday night? I guess we can look at the NAM for that. Yeah, I guess we can look at the NAM for that. Let's see here. Yeah, it's more of a Tuesday morning thing, but you've got a little bit of SigTor params Monday night. I mean, look at this. Look at that in Chicago. 409. SRH 45 not shear. This is actually way more impressive than I thought it would be. There's not much going on here, but well, actually, velocity shear is really cranking here. Matt, stop it, Matt. Meso Matt with the Galaxy. Guys, for anyone who doesn't follow Meso Matt, MESOMATT, and I'm not just saying this because he gave me Galaxy. He's going to be streaming this event all day Monday. Okay, I have, what the heck? What? I'll be working earlier in the day, but yeah, he's my guy. He's got a great weather team, and holy crap, guys, what is going on? Holy shit. Matt and Logan. Oh my god, that was out of nowhere. Holy crap, thank you guys. But yeah, Matt does what I do, and he streams entire severe weather events. Very, very smart. Most of you know him. He's in here all the time. Holy crap, guys, thank you. Yeah, this sounding is way more impressive than I thought it would be in Chicago. The timing of this... What is the timing of this? This is around midnight. This is around midnight. Monday. Wow, I did not expect this. Vorticity is looking really good. Shear's looking good. A little bit of inhibition potentially, but Cape's looking good. I mean, that last one had over 6 effective layer. Sig Tor Param. Yeah, man, I don't know. That's interesting. Stays like that, Chicago's going to go enhanced. Yeah, I said this the other day too. I said if we could get Chicago enhanced, that sounding makes me look like Chicago could go enhanced. There's a lot of other things that need to work, and that's just one sounding. So, but I did not expect that sounding to look that good. Holy crap, guys, thank you. What does Monday in Minnesota look like? Look at the red dot. Monday looks very volatile. Monday looks very volatile. I mean, pretty much for the whole state, but of course, especially this portion. Des Moines as well. Des Moines in that moderate. Des Moines near a high risk based off of CSU. Southern Mid-Michigan. You're actually, I would say southeastern Michigan is looking a little bit more spicy for Tuesday. We're watching this region here. I don't think we have. Yeah, let me actually go back to this model. Hold up here. Let's go to the 18Z. Let's go to the 18Z. Reflectivity. Yes. Yeah, and then look at this separate banding that initiates here. Tuesday as well. Yeah, I'm watching this region here. But yeah, the Rufus model has a snake of supercells, which is pretty crazy looking. This is like the you guys see this? This is the craziest thing ever. I got to get back to... Look at that. You guys see that? That is actually such a funny look. Let me move this out of your guys' way 1 second. Oh my gosh. When you see these little darker things here, that's where we could have some super cellular development. B, I appreciate you. 25 spices. Do you think Madison, Wisconsin will fall into the enhanced risk by Monday? I thought it was already in the enhanced risk. It's already in the enhanced risk. You got, Madison, Wisconsin's in the moderate. Madison, Wisconsin's in the 4 out of 5. It's above enhanced right now. Is Dallas cooked Tuesday and Wednesday? A little too far out to know. Yeah. Wednesday, the SBC just circled Dallas-Fort Worth clearly. little too early to tell, but this has been something that's been uptrending for a couple days. Yeah, is that a myth, Matt? The 6 out of 5 risk zone? Well, I guess actually there has been an extreme, hasn't there? Yeah, I know. Yeah, there has been one. Very high likelihood. Well, you get extreme wildfire zones. It's literally called extreme. Man, you think about that. That would be, oh my God, like that would be, what would you have, like an 80%? Because your high probability is what, 60%? Your high probabilistic is 60, and it's moving up by 15s. You'd be in a 75% probabilistic zone. Oh my God. And then plus the SIG. Yeah, wild. Yeah, 99.9 is what it should be. 6 out of 5 is Sharknadoes. I agree with Abby. Yeah, I agree with Abby. It's Sharknadoes for sure. Has there ever been a SIG? Oh, there's SIGs all the time. We've got a SIG with this event right now, day 3. At least a SIG on the, yeah, probabilistic. Oh my God. No, this is the categorical risk, how intense our severe weather could be. This is the probabilistic. This is the probability of them occurring. And then you have your hatch risk where you could have significant severe weather occurring. How much do I have to prep for the Twin Cities? A tornado. Connor's corny climate. I'm going to be getting off here in a little bit. I streamed earlier, for a couple hours earlier. I promised my wife I wouldn't be on all night because I'm a good husband, guys. Spicy corn salsa. That's us. That's right, Yali. Newark, Ohio on Tuesday. Where is it? Tell me what part of the state it's in. Okay. Okay, I'll look it up. Fine, you made me look it up. I'll look it up. Okay, well, unless it doesn't come up on here. Okay, it didn't come up on here. Oh, Newark. Oh, Newark, Ohio. Okay. Okay, so Columbus. Yeah, I mean Tuesday. I could see an enhanced in that region on Tuesday. I think it's going to be a little more severe potentially to the north, but you're going to do a morning live at 11. Maybe I'll do a little morning live too, Matt. We should do a live together one of these times. I gotta figure out how we do it. What we do in Discord, maybe? Like Discord stream the Discord. I don't know. We gotta figure out how to do that. I want to do that. Someone said Tuesday's outlook. This is our Tuesday outlook right now. To be, CSU gets a little bit more specific with it sometimes. So we can look at this. They've got kind of an enhanced through this region, potentially an enhanced down here. So Kentucky's gotten a little bit more involved lately, though, in the Tuesday risk, according to CSU. So why do you guys call it KCK? Are you talking about Kansas City, Kansas? Is that what you mean by KCK? Why not just call it Kansas City? I don't get it. Well, why not just say KC? Why say KCK? That's the question. That's my question. You know what I mean? Like, because it doesn't matter what side of the border you're on for weather. Like, Kansas City is It's just Kansas City. There it is. like I'm not going to give you a different forecast if you're on the Kansas side or if you're on the Missouri side. Yes, but I know. Look, Kansas City, right? It's a habit thing. Okay, I guess you guys call it that. I guess, yeah. Yeah. I'm not from that region, so. But like weather-wise, Casey, yeah, Casey. That's like Texarkana. It will always be. Wait, it will always be the same in Texas and Arkansas side. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Texarkana, exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't be like what's the weather? What's the forecast for Texarkana, Texas? It would just be Texarkana. But yeah, I get it. There's like people call stuff, city stuff in certain areas, and that's just what you're used to. I'd probably call it that if I lived there too. But yeah, KCK, Kansas City. Yeah, again, we were looking at the Monday threat a little bit farther to the south, and to me, it suggests. To me, wow, look at that. Oh, wow. One second. To me, it suggests more of a hail and wind threat down here to the south. But let's actually go look. Let's look at the HRRR. Let's look at Kansas City. I've seen a few people ask about that. We'll dive into this a little bit more. Here's our categorical. So you've got Kansas City in the enhanced. All right, let's dive into this. HRRR 00Z. Yeah, I mean this is just silly. Although this would be a later in the evening. This is still around 6-7 p.m. But I think we'd already have some more storms initiated here. So we're gonna have to see what the next HRRR says. Let's go to our NAM. Let's go to our NAM 3K. Take a look at this. Let's go to late Monday. Yeah, I mean, it's not showing a bunch of initiation, and I think we're going to see it. The dry line's still pretty sharp down here. Not as much out here to the east. This is interesting, the way the models are updating. Let's go to our NAM. Let me look at our SIGTOR potential in here. And this doesn't look bad for Monday night. But let's look at the sounding. Inhibition is an issue down here. Inhibition's an issue. Pretty decent photograph here. Inhibition's an issue. Pretty much all of these models are suggesting some difficulty with these storms initiating down here through the Kansas, potentially southern Nebraska region. So the HRRR doesn't get far out enough. So tomorrow we'll know. Because the HRRR, if we're looking at our 00Z, we're only in the early evening hours as we get out here. So this is a pretty good sounding, though, for Kansas City. Off the HRRR, the end of the run. This would suggest 3,000 surface cape. Pretty decent SRH and lower level shear numbers. This would suggest that you could get SIGTORs in eastern Kansas. Again, you don't have the rotation, I think, down here that we're going to see up to the north. If you have strong updrafts and high instability, though, a lot of time you don't need like a crazy amount of shear or rotation down there at the surface to get these things going. So, like Matt said, I think he's right. I think it's a conditional. I think if you do get a couple tornadoes down here, they could be pretty strong. Will there be a high risk? I'm still leaning yes. I'm about 50-50, but I'm leaning yes still. Yeah. Tomorrow's updates will be good. Tomorrow's updates, and then we get to cheat tomorrow, because we'll get the day 2, and we'll have the SBC letting us know what they think about the tornado risk for it. I have an idea of what I think they're gonna do with it. Yeehaw, ride 'em, cowboy. Sorry, guys. Y'all gifted a cowboy hat. I had to do that. Everyone on YouTube is probably always so confused because they don't see the hat. I just realized that. Thank you, Yali. Thank you, Jordan. Think any storms could fire up and head to Kansas City from the data you see? Yeah, Lewis. Like I just said in that last one, like I was just talking about, the HRRR actually does have a pretty favorable setup for some potential tornadoes out there in eastern Kansas. Yeah, they should create something like that. I mean, I don't want them stealing from TikTok, but come on, why not? Could Des Moines be in a high risk, you think? If we get a high risk, Des Moines would probably be in it. Or close to it, yeah. I gotta get off here in a second. Where's Rolla, Missouri? I know where it is, but I can't remember. Duluth, Minnesota. I'm worried, and it's my first big storm. Isn't Duluth up pretty far up there north? Yeah, I remember my wife talking about it. She said she's been here before. It's crazy enough to say. Crazy enough. Usually I would not be worried about Duluth. You guys aren't in enhanced. It could even go into a moderate based on some of these models. Listen, you're going to be fine. Stay up to date with weather alerts. There's going to be plenty of people doing live coverage. Definitely some pretty high instability numbers for as high up as Duluth. This could be something that they haven't seen in potentially ever, but in a long time. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. The soundings look good up there. Let me look at timing for you up there in Duluth. Let's look at timing real quick. Yeah, right there. This actually has it at... This has Duluth at around 7 p.m. on Monday. Storm's coming in, give or take an hour, at around 7 p.m. Right now. This can change, but right now at around 7 p.m., give or take an hour. It's going to be pretty quick. Band's going to move over. If you don't get any... As soon as that severe weather starts moving in, about 45 minutes later, if you haven't had severe weather, your severe weather chances drop off a cliff because you get rain cooled and the backside, there's no instability. So you're going to be it's going to cross over in like an hour. So, and you'll have plenty of people covering this, including me, as long as I can get on, and including Matt and including a bunch of other people. So as long as you're up to date, you can get tornado warnings nowadays 30 to 40 minutes in advance. Just have a plan. Have a plan. And, whether it be to where you're going to be in your house. A lot of times we say bottom floor, interior home, in a closet. Safest place to be in a house. Some people, when they're in especially if, when they're in a high moderate situation, will actually bring their mattresses or pillows in the bathroom, and then if there's anything headed towards them, they'll actually get in the bathtub and put that over them, because that's been said to be really safe as well. Like mattress in the bathroom or in the bathtub or pillows. So that's like another thing people have done. But again, most likely you won't have to do any of that. The odds that even if you're in a moderate risk, even if you're in a tornado outbreak, the odds are still you're not going to be hit by a tornado. There's so much land and tornadoes aren't that big typically. But it's just good to have a plan. So you're not concerned. You know exactly what you're doing, and to know how you're and to be watching and keeping up to date. Make sure you're getting your weather alerts. Yeah, if I'm not on MESOMATT, Mesomat will be. You can bet that. Covering everything as it's happening. Yali, what do you think? Should we get some more people in the Discord before I make it sub? I keep saying I'm not going to, but now that I'm talking about this, I feel like we should get some people in there because there'll be constant updates in my Discord. Yali, I'll let you make the decision, Yali. We're up to like 140 people or something like that. It said it expired April 18th. Is it bad to drink it now? It's lemonade. I don't know. It smells fine to me. Yeah, it's okay. All right, guys. All right, chat. Screw it. Add me on Discord. I'm gonna post it. Connor's Climate Corner HQ. And let me pin this 1 second. So that's my Discord. The Discord literally has everything. It has everything. And it'll keep you all. I update it every single day. So for any of you who want constant updates, and a really easy way to access them, let me show you something. Oops, I'll get out of there. Yeah, this is the Discord, and basically every time there's a tornado warning, it is immediately posted in here within seconds of the tornado warning. You can get a summary of it, you know where it is, how fast it's moving, and you can ask it after you get a summary. You can go down and you can even ask it a question like, hey, I am at this address or in this city or this zip code. Will it affect me? You go like this, you type it in, and it'll literally answer you. And all my channels have that. Severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings, blizzard warnings, PDS warnings, emergency, like tornado emergencies. And then we've got risk zone updates every single day. Extended severe weather updates every single day from CSU and SBC. Tornado updates, high wind, hail, rainfall, snowfall, temperatures, wildfires, droughts. Every time there's a weather record broken, everything is in here. And we're building a whole team and community. I give updates every single day, multiple times a day. So anything you need to know is on here. And especially when there's a severe weather outbreak, this is literally being updated constantly. Like the second there's any warning or watches going down, it's immediately in the Discord. There's no lag. There's not like a minute lag. It's like immediate. So if you guys want to add that, if you add me on Discord tonight, I will add you. I'm making it subscription based. It's going to literally be $4 a month. But if I add you right now, you don't have to pay anything ever. Because I want to grow the community a little bit before I make it subscription based. So, and there's a lot of people in here, and a lot of people want to have a way to get alerts and news. And so, yeah, we've also got all of our radars updating every 6 minutes in every risk zone. So, all right. I see I had some people add me. I'll add you all to the channel once I get off stream. Can I get them on Discord since I'm on YouTube? Well, yeah. I'm going to set up a time this week just to talk to some people on Discord because I got to be careful about who I mod on Discord because you'll have access to changing like everything, completely like changing my channel. And like, where it gives you a lot of more access on Discord than it does on like YouTube where you can like control chat. And so I have to be really careful. So I'll talk to you this week. I'm gonna one day this week or a couple days this week, I'll be in Discord and I'll have people who want to be mods just kind of get in a voice chat with me so I can just go over everything. Yeah, I got to be careful about mods on Discord. Yeah, just add Connor's Climate Corner on Discord. Yeah, Lewis said yeehaw. Yeah, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. Yo, I never realized that they had no idea what I was doing. No. You've been embarrassing me this whole time. Just let us know. I can help on there too if need. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'll make you mod. Northern Indiana for Tuesday. Definitely an area we're watching a little bit closer than some other areas. I would say northeastern Indiana specifically. When someone sends him, yeah. So when it's a cowboy hat, I have to. Yeah, exactly. Weather HQ subbed. Weather HQ, I appreciate that sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you, Weather HQ. Yeah, if you sub to in Discord, you get access to. Or if you sub to me on TikTok, it gives you access to the Discord as well. You actually, I don't even have to invite you. You just get into it. How come I can't find any radar models for Monday? What do you mean? Well, I'm on Pivotal Weather right now. You can use Pivotal Weather. Because Pivotal Weather has them. It does. Man, it's crazy that the NAM just doesn't have any initiation, any thunderstorm initiation in this whole region on Monday, and I just think that's so wrong. Same place they're saying Monday won't be any storms. Yeah, no, I don't know what you're looking at saying Monday there won't be any storms. That's absolutely crazy. I don't know what you're looking at. The Euro looks pretty nice on it. You can see this band with the Euro. There's like a weird level of, I think, inhibition through this region here, but then you have it back down here. So, one second, guys. Give me half a second. Give me half a second. One second, guys. Okay. Sorry, guys. You're in PA. Northwestern PA needs to watch out Tuesday. Yeah, Northwestern PA needs to watch out Tuesday. May's supposed to be bad, right? That's what I've been hearing. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I mean, May is typically on average the month we get the most severe weather in. Tornadoes, everything. It is the peak of spring severe weather season, and this year it looks even more aggressive. We're in a Enso neutral, which typically on average is our most aggressive Enso cycle. We're going into the most aggressive month, and the troughing pattern looks volatile. Yes, and it looks bad right now. I'm bad with time, Yali. Are you concerned for Tuesday in Detroit, Michigan? Slightly. I want to see what happens tomorrow in day 3. SPC is going to make some changes to that risk zone day 3. Here, someone asked what's my Discord here. I'll tag it again. For anyone, do you guys know what I mean when I say inhibition? So imagine you have your parcel of air right here. Your parcel of air wants to rise with it moisture, and then that moisture is going to condense, and then it's going to turn into clouds, thunderstorms, and then very tall anvil clouds, lightning, tornadoes, right? But sometimes it tries to lift right? It's lifting because the air around it is cooler, and then it hits hotter air, and it boop, there's a cap. It can only lift. The parcel of air needs to be warmer than the air around it to lift. If it gets to a certain height and that air is warmer, it's going to stop rising, and you're not going to get thunderstorm development. You're not going to get cloud development. You're not going to get your parcel of air is going to stop rising. It's going to stop pulling up moisture into the atmosphere. It's going to stop creating your clouds and your whatever you need for your severe weather. Now, inhibition basically is telling you, when you look at inhibition in a sounding, it's telling you how much energy is still needed to break the cap. How much more energy do you need basically to push through that warm sector, meaning you need your parcel to warm up. And when we look at a sounding, like what we can go to the HRRR here, let's go, if this will work for me. So when we pull up our HRRR here, and I can probably show you exactly where this is because there's a ton of inhibition in Kansas on Monday, at least from some of the things that I pulled. So if we were to go into Kansas, and I'll pull up my SIGTOR param, because you have SIGTOR in Kansas, and I were to go here, let's look at the sounding. This one actually doesn't have any, so that's pretty good. Let's look here. I'll find you one here. Don't worry about it. So right here, you guys can see this right here, this negative 64 sin. This could keep us. This means we're lacking forcing to break that cap. Our parcel of air could get stuck, and we could not have initiation of cells. So, yeah, you don't. Sin is something we look at. You could have a perfect sounding, and then you could have a ton of inhibition. And if that's the case, or if you have too negative of inhibition, you may not be able to break the cap. So again, like you can have it like this sounding looks perfect for strong tornadoes. This is up near Minnesota, southern Minnesota. But you could have a perfect sounding, but still have a sin signature down here that's saying, hey, yeah, this is all great. Ingredients are all perfect for crazy strong tornadoes. But if you don't have, but you're still lacking the energy needed to break the cap. And when that happens, and when you get a ton of, we get a really, really negative inhibition, that means it's an extremely conditional day. And that's when, like Matt was saying earlier, okay, everything is perfect. We could have a massive tornado outbreak with tons of SIGTORs, or the cap doesn't break and it drizzles on you. And then everyone gets mad at meteorologists and says, you told us it was gonna, and we're like, okay, well, it's impossible in a conditional day to tell if the cap's gonna break when it's that close. Sometimes when it's that close and the cap does break, though, we call that like a kind of loaded gun setup where it snaps and initiation happens super quickly, and it's very dangerous. So that's what's kind of, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the more negative you go. What the heck was this? Oh, crap. Okay. My wife's yelling at me, guys. 1 second. One second, guys. Yeah, guys, if you see a sounding, is there going to be a tornado? I live 5 minutes away from Minneapolis. There could be. Listen, if you see a sounding with 150, negative 150 inhibition, or you see it like this, you're probably not going to break the cap. If you see a sounding with a 0, 30, you're probably going to break the cap. Oklahoma City's another kind of conditional setup for Monday. Tomorrow, guys, we're gonna have the. I think the HRRR corrects the non-initiation that it's showing in a big region here. I think it corrects it tomorrow. But hey, there's a chance that this ends up being a big dud, which would be really great for a lot of people who do not want to deal with the severe weather. There's a chance. I don't think it's a high chance, but there's a chance. So you're saying there's a chance. The Rivers model looks very concerning for Monday. It shows a discrete supercell setup. I know, but that model's not been the most accurate. So I see that too, but I don't trust it very much. Snipes. Kansas City will see more severe weather in May. Yeah. May severe weather typically favors Tornado Alley, by the way, guys. Doesn't always, but it's on it more than not. It favors Tornado Alley. Yeah, Chicago. Yeah, Chicago Monday night and a Tuesday morning. Yeah, you could have some bad weather rolling through. This is where we have the highest SIGTOR params, if that's what you're asking. This is where we have potentially the most instability for violent, long track, you know, I don't want to, violent, long track tornadoes. Guys, I got to get off. I'm going to be, I had, oh my God, so many people added me on Discord. Okay, I'm going to add all of you. And I'm done after this. And I'm making it sub-based, but you guys will be in there for free. I appreciate all you. And if you're in the Discord, engage. You know what I mean? I want people to talk and everything. It's updated every day. It's updated every single morning. It's updated. And like I said, go through it, see how it works. The second there is a flood warning, blizzard warning, severe thunderstorm warning, tornado warning, PDS alert, anything, it'll be instantly in there. And everything you can think of is in there. Every single weather update you can think of every day. So if you have questions, it's in there. And if you have any other questions, just message me on the channel, general chat, hangout, whatever, Climate Crew chat. I'm going to add all you right now. I appreciate all you. Thanks to anyone who gifted. Thanks to anyone who followed. Just anyone who's in here helping my algorithm. I appreciate you guys. I am going to be posting more updates tomorrow. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. And I'm just happy we're growing this community. I appreciate all of you. Yes, if I'm not live on Monday, it's probably because my baby's being born. So, but Mezzo Matt will be live. And he won't let a migraine not let him go live on Monday because that's a big event. I appreciate all of you. And I'm going to add you guys in the Discord, and I'll be on the Discord a little bit more tonight. If you want to chat. So, all right. Everyone have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And I'll add all of you. I see all the requests. Peace.